I don't know about you guys, but actually, I hate waiting. Never did like waiting, never will. So, how's everybody doing today? I hope everybody's doing alright. I know I'm doing alright. Today's a good day. Don't know how it's going to be for the Republicans or Democrats, though, but somebody will have a good day, somebody won't. But either way, I'm having a great day. No, but I just got a few minutes to spare, so I just wanted to play around with some OBS some more today. So that's what's going on. How you doing today, James? Star Cop, how you doing? So Star Cop, you gonna go ahead and set up that train set, or what are you gonna do there, brother? I know I got my F-36 today. I was playing around with it. I was actually gonna shoot a video of it, but now's just not a good time for that. So I'll probably wait another day for the video of the F-36. But at least I got to fly it around a little bit. And then I was thinking, well, the camera that I got is going to be one that sits on a table or floor, so it's, I just don't have an extra arm to hold the camera while I fly it around, so probably end up having my wife Tracy do it while I fly it. That'd probably be the best option. How you doing there, the Irish train guy? Yeah, so Star Cop, I'm still wondering about that train set. I know we've talked about it a couple times in your live stream, so I'm just kind of curious, whether or not you're gonna go ahead and put one up or not. I still like the idea of go ahead and attaching some brackets to the studs on the walls and just putting up a track that's just wide enough to hold the track, pretty much. And if you just use like pegboard or something, you ain't got no worries. You can run it up there towards the top or just midway or wherever you want to run it. I think it'll work out pretty well. You could even have a loop on each end. Just have a separate track that it just runs back and forth on. That'd work out pretty good too, I think. Fantastic. I hear you. I hear you. It'll be awesome to do, though, I can tell you that. I'd love to see it. For me, it just sits in the corner of the living room, which is a perfect spot for me. So I assume pretty much everybody's probably working today. A little bit harder to get people in on the streams during the daytime. Usually it's more in the evening. But today's my day off, so I said, what the heck, I'll get in here and give it a shot and see what happens. Yeah, absolutely. Everybody support everybody. Hit the like button. Support the channel if you haven't already done so. And all that other good stuff. You guys know the drill. But for all those who have been missing, you know what I've been saying over the last few days. I ordered my lights for my building, so I'm going to be putting those in once I get them. That'll really bring those buildings to life, especially that Joplin Depot, since it's got stained glass windows in it. Well, made stained glass windows anyway. Nightbot's just throwing out the shout outs like usual. So what everybody's up to do today? Yes, I know. I agree. She is a lot prettier, that's for sure. That's cool, Star Cop. It's cool to watch both, absolutely. I don't know how long has she been on for today. I haven't really looked. She been on for a while now or no? She usually hangs out for about an hour or so. She ain't being dirty minded again, is she? Yeah, Nightbot's pretty good bot, dude. Oh, does she? Must be why I didn't see her. I usually go on there and look around before I do anything. Oh, really? What do you go to the doctor for? I hope he's okay. But yeah, I did go on there and I looked around. I didn't see nobody on. So yeah, that makes sense if she just came on then. Well, it takes me a little bit to get set up because I have to bring up the OBS and then bring up the Yahoo and not Yahoo, the YouTube, and get them things synced up. Jacob's gonna be on at 3 o'clock Central Time. Oh, not much. Not much at all in this model. Just running the train around the track and just chatting away, I guess. Oh, okay. Well, I hope that the daughter's okay. No, okay. I hear you. Well, normally I'd be working right now too, but I took today off, so I usually don't do a live stream earlier in the day like this. I just figured I'd get on here and give it a whirl, see what it looks like. Well, at least I get a chance to check it out anyway. Just waiting for Tracy to get home. See what the election results are going to be all about. And then she wants to watch the Hallmark Channel. Christmas movies and all. And it's not even Thanksgiving yet. It's like, I don't feel that they should be doing that stuff till after Thanksgiving, but that's just my opinion, I suppose. But I do got to work on the layout. I just haven't been in the mood for it lately. One of the biggest reasons is because of changing over those couplers. Every time I do a live stream, I talk about them couplers, boy. But it's got to get done at some point. If I had a local hobby shop around here, I would just take it up there and just let them do it. You know, for me, it's going to be tough, you know, because the eyes are bad, and I'm just going to have to sit there and try to blow it up or use a big old magnifying glass or something just to see the darn things because they're so small. Because it is an in-scale layout. But I guess that comes with the territory. And I have the couplers. It's just all about installing them. I think some of the trucks might have to be replaced in order to do it. But I don't know. Haven't really looked at it hard yet to figure it out. And I got some building work to do, but I guess I pretty much resigned myself to the fact that I'm just going to wait for those light bulbs to get here before I start doing anything with the buildings. But I'm going to do a live stream on that because that'll prove interesting. And I'll announce it beforehand too. That way everybody has a chance to see it. Instead of just, doing a spur of the moment type deal. I got that timer set up on this thing, but I just don't like waiting. But I think for the video of doing the light bulbs, I think that one will probably have to wait because I have a lot of setup work to do to get those lights ready to go in. But it should be pretty fun. And of course, they're going to improve the look of those buildings too. So I'm definitely looking forward to getting those lights in there. I was looking at the engines last night because I want to get a new steamer. I was looking in the magazine that I got because I usually buy them from Micromark. And Tracy was looking at them too, and she's like, "Wow, man, some of these are expensive." And it does look like the steamers are more expensive than the regular locomotives. But that's alright, because I want to get one, and I will. I told Tracy, I said, "You can get it for me for a Christmas present. How's that?" She wanted to give me some stupid ass pan for the kitchen. I was like, "No, I don't think so. I'll take a steamer engine instead." Then I showed her the prices. And what I'm looking at is like $220. But it's DCC with all the sound and all that. She really isn't that keen on getting that, but frankly, I don't give a damn. That's what I want. That's what I'm going to get. And if she doesn't want to go ahead and get it for me, then I'll get it for myself. And that's just how that'll work. I sit here and limit myself to pretty much, one engine a year. So, if it costs a couple $100 to buy it, well, then I'm going to get it. Plus that, it's a nice looking steamer. So that works for me. So what's everybody else up to today? Star Cop, you said you're working. What's everybody else doing? Right on. Let me tell you what this one is in here that I was looking at. Find it real quick. I've been on this other page. Nope, it was over here. Oh, here we go. It's a PRR 462 KR Pacific. That's what it is. They got a couple different kinds. They have a post-war model and a pre-war model. And it's a nice looking steamer. It's on sale for $219.95. That's the one I'm thinking about getting. The other steamers they got in here, I just don't like the looks of them. Or, I like the looks of them, but they're HO instead of N scale. Which that happens a lot. but that's okay. I was also looking at some more passenger cars too. I've only got 3 currently. And with having that depot on there, it just looked good if the passenger cars was running by the depot. Here, Star Cop. 4, 6, 2. And then Pacific. Alright, so both pre and post. There. Ah, I got equals instead of a minus. Yeah, but it's supposed to be a minus symbol. That's what I'm looking at. It's a nice looking steamer, I think. This thing keeps changing from green to yellow on me as far as the stream health. You guys ain't experiencing no issues with the stream, are you? Everything seems to be running okay? Sounding okay? Everything's good? I'm still playing with the OBS, so I don't know it very well yet. And I'm not used to seeing the stream thing go from yellow to green, that's why I was asking. But it looks okay to me, but that's why I was asking, because I don't know, because I can't see it. Fantastic. No, I originally tried doing this thing on a Windows computer. Windows, I want to say Windows 10. I think that's what it was. Did not work. Didn't work for nothing. So I put it onto a Mac instead, and it works great on a Mac, seems like. So why I had issues on a Windows computer, I don't know. Maybe the computer was just old or something. Which is always a possibility, I suppose. This is one of the things I like about this thing, because it can switch views of things. Like here's a, you'll be able to see a night view of the layout here in a moment, if you haven't already seen it. And it shows the lights in the yard there. And those are the only lights that are on the layout currently. That's why it's going to be nice when I get those other lights in there, because it's really going to help light up the rest of the layout. It's going to look sharp, I'm telling you. If you guys have ever checked out Toyman's live stream, or even his videos, 2448 Toyman, he recently got done doing some more lights on his layout, and it looks really, really good. Nomadic Bike, how you doing today? It's good to see you in here. But that's what it looks like at night with the lights. Yeah, Star Cop, that's what I'm saying, man. You know, you gotta get your layout up and running. You know, winter's not too far off. You might as well get started on it, is what I'm saying. You know, find them studs in the wall, you know. Start taking some measurements. Start looking for some product to buy. Figure out how big you want to be. Decide whether you want to do a reversing loop on the other end or not. Good stuff like that. That's what I'm saying. If you do a reversing loop on both ends, all you have to do is have just one single track, you know, running the length of your wall to get to them. It'll definitely save space. Nomadic bike, I am fantastic. I'm just playing around with the OBS. I figured I'd get on here and broadcast a little bit, play around with the OBS, wait for Tracy to get home. Got the dog sitting next to me. Got my F-36 drone today. Flew it around a little bit. I planned on doing some filming of it, but I can't fly it and hold the phone to film it at the same time, seeing as how it's not stationary, where I can just, you know, have a camera sitting on the table. So I figure Tracy's gonna have to hold the phone and film it while I fly it. She knows where you sleep. I hear you. I hear you, brother. I hear you. You know, luckily for me, it's a little bit different, you know, because I used to smoke. Yeah, I was smoking. She was out going out, and you know, we was getting a carton a week, you know, cigarettes. And she's been after me to quit smoking. And I told her, I said, you know what? You can ask me to quit. You can even try to threaten me with various things that women threaten you with, if you know what I mean. But I ain't gonna quit until I'm good and ready to quit. And then one day I got up and I only had a couple cigarettes left in the pack, so I smoked them, you know, come out. And I said, you know what, Tracy? I says, I'm finally ready to quit. And she was happy as all hell. But then I told her, I says, but you know what? I'm going to take the money that I normally would have spent on cigarettes and I'm going to apply it to my train set. And she said, well, I'd rather have you play with the train set than be smoking. So I was like, alright. So I started taking the money from the cigarettes, you know, and put it into the train set. And at the time, the only set I had was just a little old Bachman Prairie Flyer set that I had gotten from a Christmas present, you know, a few years prior from my dad before he had passed away. So I got that out, and it was pretty much just an oval set. So I went out and decided I'll go ahead and, you know, buy some track. But this was before I knew anything about trains. And at the time I wasn't even getting on YouTube or anything. I just knew what I had, so I figured I'd just buy more of it. Big mistake. Don't ever do that. Big, big, big mistake. So I started buying some track. Then I went ahead and got me a piece of plywood, you know, like a regular 4x8 piece of plywood. You know, put the track on it. You know, ran the train around it. Then started to invest into some more train stuff, like more cars and, or rolling stock I should say, and engines and all that. So I picked up another pair of DC engines. Then I saw YouTube with train stuff on there and started learning how to do some stuff. So then I decided I wanted to put some LEDs on there for my switches so I know what direction they're in. Yeah, I hear you, Star Cop, I hear you. So I did that. Then when I had a crossover from one of the Bachmans, this Bachman crossover, and it broke. And how the hell it broke is beyond me, because I never even used it, you know. I would manually switch it, you know, once in a great while, and then still it broke somehow or another. Then I was looking at the YouTube videos, like I said, you know, someone come across Roy, you know, and come across Mike Pfeiffer, and realized that, you know, these guys are using Kato. So I went ahead and bought me some Kato Track, and I was impressed with how much better it is than Bachmann. And I know there's a lot of people out there who like Bachmann. I get it, but I've had Bachmann and I just don't like it. So I went ahead and just took all the Bachmann Track I had and sold it on eBay, and then just put some more money into the Kato Track. So now I pretty much got all that I had, as far as Kato Track versus the Bachmann Track. But the only thing I don't have is the turntable, which I thought about getting a Kato turntable. But I was looking at, the one that Mike Pfeiffer has, and I asked him in one of his videos about doing some weathering on it, which, he did, he did what he could with it, but it's the same thing with the Bachmann turntable. These things, they sit flat onto the round plastic part, so it spins, so you can't really do anything with it as far as weathering or painting anything like that, or putting ballast in there. So I decided it's just not going to work for me. So if I was to go ahead and get a turntable, I figured I'd just go ahead and get a Walthers turntable. But I was looking at, the layout, looking at the turntable, looking at what I wanted to do. I've already got an engine shed on there. So I pretty much decided just to stick with the engine shed I got and just put in another water feature instead, and not worry about the turntable, because I didn't power any of my turnouts anyway. So when I got one, when the switch is activated, it'll power it all the way down to the end. But once I throw the switch, it loses the power to it. So I could park, a DC engine over there, and kill the power to it by throwing the switch, and don't have to worry about it being live on the DCC track. So I figured there's no point in getting a turntable. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do that instead. So I'm not putting any more money into turntables or anything like that. I got more buildings, I just don't have the places to put them. So the buildings I got on the table now is the ones I'm going to use. Would like to get some more trees though. And those little, they got the ones you can get on eBay, they come from China. You get like 20 of them for a few dollars. Don't get those. They might be alright for like a toy looking type of thing, but if you're wanting a more realistic type of deal, you'll have to modify them or just buy something different altogether. There are better trees out there. You can even make some of your own. There's been videos on that. Some people, you like to use wire and then a paintbrush, and just go ahead and put the wire in between or put the paintbrush bristles in between the wire and do it that way. And it looks pretty good if you do it right. And then just paint it up. But I haven't gotten to that point where I need to make my own trees yet. I still have quite a bit of trees that I have put away that I haven't even used yet. That got reserved for the rest of the layout. And a couple nice ones too. That'll just be put here and there. But yeah, when you guys get ready to mess around with the train stuff, if you decide to do it, if you're gonna get, like some type of Unitrack compared to a Flex Track, definitely get Kato. Hey, the Tank RC, how you doing? I was actually looking at some RC vehicles the other day. I used to have a Grasshopper by Tamiya back in the day. Of course, it got sold probably about 20 years ago. But I was thinking about getting another one. I got online, was looking at them, but I haven't decided. Or maybe even a Frog. I kind of like the older stuff like that. So that would be cool to get one of those again. But when I had that Grasshopper, it had all the bearings. There were all the regular bearings in it. The one thing I ran into with the problem, though, is the gear case. Ended up having to drill holes straight through it and put screws with nuts on there to hold that thing together. If anybody's ever had a Grasshopper, they'll know what I'm talking about. Or yeah, the Hornet, yeah, absolutely. Hornet's kind of the same way. It's just like an upgrade from the Grasshopper. But I was thinking about just doing a Frog the next time around, but I'm not sure. Haven't made up my mind on that. Just something I was thinking about. Well, the motor I had in the Grasshopper back in the day, you know, like I said, it was like 20 years ago or better. It was, I think they called it the black motor, and it was supposed to have been some kind of high performance motor. The only problem with it, it definitely made it a lot faster, but the battery life got cut down too, though. But that was all right. I didn't care. You know, you're being a kid and all, you don't really care about that stuff. Yeah, but that had to have been doggone, man. Had to have been at least 25 years ago. Yeah, one of my little stepbrothers had a little toy truck that had some lights on it for, like, you know, like the KC lights, you know. I popped them off of there and I replaced the two headlamps that was on the Grasshopper with those and put a battery in there, and that way it would light up so I could run it at night. Kind of gave it a, looked cool anyway. I should have kept that thing. I sold that, you know, I think it was about 25 years ago and I sold it. I should have kept it. That's why I was thinking about getting another one. I had a gas powered truck too, but that thing, I was running out in the parking lot and it ran into one of those parking curbs. It exploded all over the place. But hey, it was fun. And it didn't have the top on it either. That thing probably had to be doing about 50 miles an hour when it hit that thing. Now I was picking up parts for a while. But right now it's trains and drones. So are you running a Hornet there, the tank, or you got something different, or what's the deal there? And yes, Star Cop, I agree. Kato rocks. I hope everybody's taking Nightbot's advice about smashing that like button. Hope that train ain't too loud running in the background there. Good times, man. Alright, guys. How you doing there, Lever Guns? Yeah, I've been doing some work on it, Lever Guns. It's getting to be a little bit better. Definitely got more work to go yet. It's not quite halfway done yet as far as the landscaping. It still has to turn that corner back there and then go the other way. Just haven't gotten around to it yet, but I will. JNC No Limit, how's it going? Alright, Tank, you have a great day, brother. Appreciate you coming in. I don't know if you guys seen the night view of it, but let me show you what it looks like at night so far. those are the only lights that I got on it, so once I get more lights in there, it'll look a lot better. But you'll see the night view here in a moment if you haven't already seen it. That's what it looks like at night. And of course, those are the only lights that are currently on it, is right there in the yard. But it'll look a lot better once I get those lights in those other buildings, though. It'll make a pretty good difference. Yeah, I ordered the lights for the buildings. They're supposed to be here, I think they said by the 13th or 14th. I'm going to do a live stream when I go to install those lights. It'll be in the evening for sure. Probably, yeah, not exactly sure, maybe around 6:30 maybe, Central Time in the evening. But no worries, it's going to be announced anyway. It's not going to be a spur of the moment type deal like this was. It'll be announced. That way everybody will have an opportunity to see the announcement and get in there and check it out. The one I really want to highlight is my Joplin Depot. Because when I went ahead and got that built, Ron Paris showed me how to do the stained glass windows. So I did my own stained glass windows and I got them in there. So it's going to look really good when that gets lit up. The depot itself was 3D printed by John Tanzillo. And I just went ahead and put it all together, painted it and weathered it, and did the landscaping around it. So it's going to really look good when it gets the lights put into it. Then the mine right there, I still got to put my coal down for the mine. Just haven't done that yet either. But it's getting there. Alright, JNC, you have a great day, and I appreciate you coming in. Then the little town right there, I have the lights for it too, but I haven't drilled the holes yet for them. I figured I'd just wait till I do the building lights before I do the holes for those lights. So I'll kind of do all those in one swoop there, I guess. And the same thing with the neighborhood back there. Those will get done the same way. Lights in the building, and then I'll put the street lights in. I'm going to pull those buildings anyway because I don't like the way they look. I'm going to repaint them and weather them. A yellow house with a white roof just doesn't seem right to me. But that's what happens when you buy, pre-made stuff from some of these vendors, But it's all good. Alright guys, I'm pretty much going to end the live stream for the day. My wife Tracy should be home pretty soon. And then once she gets here, we want to check out the election results and see what happens there. And then have a nice quiet night. So I do appreciate everybody coming in. I hope everybody hit the like button. Hope everybody supports the channel and supports each other. YouTube is one great big happy family. I love the diversity. It's a great way to meet new people, make new friends. So if you guys haven't done that, I encourage you to do so. And like always, oh absolutely Star Cop, absolutely you too. As always guys, it ain't a mountain if you don't climb it.